Hello and welcome to CEO.CA. Today we're at PDAC in Toronto, the world's premier mineral exploration and mining conference, and I'm joined by Ken Armstrong, the Director and CEO of North Arrow Minerals. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
So since you were here last year, North Arrow has undergone a lot of significant changes. Can you walk us through some of those changes and what's happened?
Yeah, we have. It's been when you look back, a busy year. This time last year, we were looking at different opportunities for the company. Last summer, Ira Thomas joined the board of directors as chair of the board, and as part of that, we then looked at a number of different opportunities for exploration in North America, elsewhere around the world. Some were kind of more advanced projects, some were pretty greenfields projects. We completed that exercise, and in the fall we announced acquisition of an option to earn an interest in the Cripian gold project in southern Botswana. We completed financing and a couple of property sales then to help us have the funding in order to do the exploration work that we're just starting now on that project.
So for those of us who aren't familiar with Botswana, can you talk a bit about the area for mining and the government? Absolutely.
Botswana is really a top jurisdiction globally for mining and exploration for our industry. It's in southern Africa, so it's north of South Africa and just south of Zambia, and Namibia is just to the west. It's a Commonwealth country, and it's, I would say it's arguably one of the most stable democracies in Africa. There was elections last year, the government changed, the ruling party changed, and that change in government happened. There was no headlines, no drama. It's a government and there's leadership that understand the benefits that our industry can bring to the country. A lot of that has been on the back of diamond mining, which is for quite a number of decades, about 3 or 4 decades, has been a principal part of their economy. So there's also then an understanding that some diversity would be important in terms of the commodities produced. So there's copper exploration in the north, and there's a little bit of nickel exploration. And our project, as I mentioned, is in the south part of the country, and we think can add to that.
So most greenstone belts have been thoroughly explored everywhere in the world. Can you talk a bit about what the greenstone belts are?
Yes, so the Cripian project is named after the greenstone belt, which is a belt of rocks that our licenses cover. And they're really, they're kind of named after the color of the rocks, but they're essentially volcanic and sedimentary rocks, often that formed on the seafloor, and they're just the right environment for gold mineralization to happen, for base metal mineralization to happen. I think here in Canada, the best example would be the Abitibi Greenstone Belt. It's very well known. It's very prolific for the number of deposits, and that's the exact same setting that Cripian is, and it's why we're keen to get there and conduct our exploration.
So why has the Cripian Greenstone Belt not seen a similar amount of exploration as some of the other greenstone belts?
Yeah, it has. The short answer is because it's covered by sand from the Kalahari Desert, and particularly on the Botswana extent. So our licenses cover about 60 kilometers of strike extent of the belt. It's the whole northern extent of the belt. It has been explored to the south in South Africa. Harmony Gold operates a gold mine called Cal Gold, about 40 kilometers to the south of our licenses. It's been in production since the mid-1990s and produces about 45,000 ounces of gold a year. So that's great for us because it shows endowment, that not only is it the right geological setting, but it's one where there is gold mineralization. There was some past exploration done in the mid-90s on the Botswana extent that sort of showed the same rocks extend to the north, the same sort of host rocks as Cal Gold, and there's sniffs of mineralization, but it really hasn't been looked at in a really sort of organized first principles way, and that's what we're looking to do.
Okay, so where exactly are you at within the process right now, and when might you expect to start seeing some results?
Yeah, well, we're working right now. It is really an idea. This is truly greenfields exploration, and we're looking to make a brand new discovery. With that sand cover, we need to see beneath it and try and identify mineralization beneath that cover. So we're bringing a couple of approaches that haven't really been tried before. Our partner on the project is a company called Rockman Resources. Okay. They have in-country operational capabilities. They have an office in Gaborone, and they have a remote mapper unmanned area vehicle magnetic survey system that basically really rapidly collects super high quality magnetic data. And so we're flying the entirety of our leases with that system. It's about 80% done, so we're going to be finishing that in the next couple of months. And then they also have drilling capability, and we're working on a system that can very rapidly test targets through the sand cover down to bedrock and move on. And the idea is we're going to have sort of a 2 to 3 month drill program through the summer to test ideally 150 to 200 drill holes as quickly as we can to test the targets that we come up with.
Well, summer's coming up really quick, and that's lots for investors to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in it now, and we're well financed to do the program that we want to do, and looking forward to getting that news out to our shareholders.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.